Peace, peace. Shalom, Hotep. Peace, family. Today we're going to decipher and decipher so-called Valentine's Day. Now, there are numerous versions, translations, transliterations, misinterpretations, and misunderstanding regarding this so-called holy day, Valentine's Day. But Messenger Elijah Muhammad did not want us to waste our time trying to figure out which days are holy and which days are unholy, which days have relevance, which days go back to pagan rituals. He kept it real simple in his last book, Outsiders Arrived. He explained to us that there are no holidays that the white man has made that black people should celebrate. None whatsoever. So basically, I really don't pay the devil's holidays no attention, but sad to say, I know a lot of our people do, and there are a lot of our people that suffer anxiety and depression and guilt and confusion and even rage during the so-called holiday season. I mean, in a capitalist and pluralist world, you know, people feel bad if they don't buy toys, for example, on Christmas, or if you don't kill a turkey for Thanksgiving. You don't kill a turkey. I mean, a Muslim. I mean, you know, that's what the turkey symbolizes. And it's the same thing with these Roman holidays, such as Valentino or Valentine's Day. I mean, you know, you have even conscious sisters, some that subconsciously, psychologically, they may have an afro, dreadlocks, natural hair. They may be conscious. They may be wearing a kimar. They may even be Muslim. They may even be conscious in the fullest sense of the word. You know what I mean? Like, they may be like peace God. They may be an earth. But subconsciously, you still have that residue amongst FOIs, Muslims, Sunnis, 5%ers, Pan-Africans, like that. You know, because it's by nature, the black man's nature is to love the black woman. So during this holiday, the devil and his imps try to push so much advertising, so much technology through technology that it'll make you second guess yourself. You'd be like, Dad, should I get my wife some flowers? Should I, you know, take out for dinner? Should I get her a piece of jewelry? Should I, after knowing the truth, should I bow down and worship the devil? Should I, as an Asiatic black man or an African, should I bow down and act like a Roman, a Greek, a European? Should I make manifest my desire to want to be like Massa, to be like the slave master? You know, and that's part of our struggle for liberation and autonomy. And this is the importance of understanding the difference between segregation, separation, and independence. Now, I mean, we're in a struggle for the complete and total liberation of our people, mind, body, and spirit. Now, I mean, not in a mystical way, but to control the education of our people, the politics, the economics of our people, to control the land that we live on, to grow what we eat, to sow what we wear, to build where we dwell, to defend that which we have. This is what we need, is a new version of our own holidays. So we can set up opposition, at least some resistance to the onslaught of the devil's technology, by having things like Savior's Day, Black History Month, Kwanzaa, recognizing our heroes, Black Independence Day. Now, I mean, you know, Juneteenth. Now, I mean, not that these things are some type of perfect days, because we're still in bondage. Now, I mean, the struggle continues. Now, I mean, we're still a captive people. We're still a colonized people. We're still in the struggle against imperialism. Now, I mean, you can jump on a ship, you can jump on an airplane and travel coach or first class, and I don't care where you land, you're living and landing in the devil's land. You can go to West Africa, and there are no countries in Africa that the devil has not seized and influenced. You could go to China. You could go to India. You could go to the holy city Mecca. Satan is there too. Satan controls that oil too. Satan has the resources. Now, I mean, you know, the precious minerals in Haiti. Now, I mean, the spices and the inks and the dyes of Jamaica. Now, I mean, you could go to Mexico. You can go to, I don't care if you go to the farthest island, you will find that the devil, the colonizer, has already been there, and he's seen and he conquered a long, long, long time ago. So the whole world is in this struggle for liberation. So one of the things that we can do is use our own good judgment, discretion, our own niyat, our own intention. Now, I mean, I know some brothers that they take the devil holidays and make it their own. Now, I mean, and they basically take a negative and transform it into a positive. I know some people that just ignore it. Now, I mean, but I'm speaking of the psychology of the devil's so-called holidays. Now, I mean, this holiday is, you know, known in history as Lupercalia. Now, I mean, this is basically a holy day in ancient Rome. Now, I mean, a time of, you know, festivities, scientifically speaking, this is the month when the birds and the bees, or this is the month when birds in Europe actually have sex and reproduce baby birds. So looking at it, the European, in their own right, they chose, I mean, this particular season to establish their culture. I mean, their own rites and rituals and signs and symbols and so-called holidays or holy days. Now, I mean, to represent the fertility of white world supremacy. They considered the white woman the most beautiful woman in the world, and she gave birth to the gods. Now, I mean, and that concept is actually based off of what they seen amongst ancient Black or African people around the world and our Black fertility goddesses. Now, I mean, you know, they studied our mythological systems and spiritual sciences and just adapted them and made them their own. And that's basically what you see today. This is what you would call reverse psychology. Now, I mean, you see our people in that position that they used to be, where they were the underdogs. Now we're the underdogs. Now we're the undergods struggling to reclaim our position. Now, I mean, and some of our people just never simply even think about it because they still mentally dead. Now, I mean, they're still mentally blind, deaf, and dumb to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of themselves. So they don't understand that so-called holy days are really unholy days. Now, I mean, you know, the popes of Rome, they establish these holidays, then they'll ban these holidays, depending on how the money operates. Now, I mean, you know, but the concept of February the 14th being declared a holy day by the Catholic Church, you know, it has various mutations and modifications that's used all over the planet Earth today. Now, I mean, but it's a pagan holiday, of course. Now, I mean, I would not insult myself by going out and buying a heart-shaped box of chocolates for my wife I mean, for Valentine's Day. I would not insult the knowledge and wisdom and understanding, respect I have for my wife, my earth, by going out and buying her some flowers for Valentine's Day. I mean, my thing is like, I'll do things around the sun. I mean, I'll do things sporadically on any day. I mean, that the niyat or the good intention moves me. I mean, and I'll do it in a spirit of consciousness. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to be a Roman. I'm not trying to be romantic. I mean, I believe that being a black man is more than sufficient. Me being me. Now, I mean, when you know yourself and you be yourself, and your wife knows herself and she's being herself. Now, I mean, we're not falling in love. The messenger teaches us in the 12 Jews of Islam that love is an elevation of understanding. You don't fall in love. You rise up to love. You gotta compromise. You have to know how to have empathy. Now, I mean, you have to know how to bond. You have to know how to unify. Now, I mean, one thought with another thought. Now, I mean, you have to know how to share your aims and goals in the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality, realizing that we don't live in a perfect system. There are no perfect marriages. There are no perfect men. There are no perfect women. Know what I mean? But love is love. Love is an elevation of understanding. There are degrees with a law, according to the Holy Quran. There are degrees of love. Know what I mean? You know, where a man could love his mother, but the love he had for his mother should not supersede the love he has for his wife. So some people psychologically they become mama's boys. Know what I mean? And there is a dichotomy between the wife or the wives and the mother or the mothers. Know what I mean? You know, you have to, the Holy Quran teaches us, you know, don't call someone else's child your child, because each child is given one father, one mother. But you can be a social, spiritual, political, financial, moral father to all the children on the face of the planet Earth, because it takes a village to raise a child. So many of the concepts and constructs that we presently live under and practice knowingly and unknowingly are really from Europeans. And that's like the black silverback gorilla trying to live like the white polar bear or the clear polar bear, if you want to call it. You know what I mean? You know, it's a different culture. You know what I mean? Europe is Europe, Africa is Africa. You know what I mean? Not that there's something wrong with Europe for Europeans, or something wrong with China for Chinese, or Japan for Japanese, or India for Indians, and Mexico for Mexicans, and so forth and so on. But we have to learn to love black folks, respect black, seek unity amongst black folks, want to integrate amongst our own, marry our own, unite with our own, do for self. I mean, this isn't racism. That's not being prejudiced. That's not being disrespectful to the rest of humanity. But charity begins at home, then it spreads abroad. I mean, so I would like to share with you a poem, or actually a verse from Hamlet. It says, "Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning, bedtime, and I a maid at your window to be your Valentine." That's in Hamlet, Act 4, Scene number 5. So that Hamlet, that concept on Valentine was for the white women and the white men of Europe. What about black folks? What about black folks learning to love themselves, not on a particular day, but loving themselves and loving their people, loving their culture, 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds of a solar year. Every day, family, is the Black Holy Day. Peace. The struggle continues.